So the All Blacks have recently announced their side that will be taking on the Springboks this weekend as part of the Rugby Championship, and they have gone with a pretty strong side, the ABs, which they needed to. We saw that the Springboks announced their side on Tuesday. They've gone with a great team, and now the ABs have to try and do the same. But looking through at the front row, it will be number 1, Ethan de Groot, number 2, Cody Taylor, and number 3, Tyrell Lomax. So only one change from what they did have in that game up against Argentina, and that is Cody Taylor starting this contest rather than coming off the bench like he did last week. There is no Dane Coles this week, who we did see play in the last match up against Argentina. In the locks, there's been a little bit of a change. Number 4, Brodie Retallick. He didn't play in the last game up against the Pumas. Does get his opportunity in this match, and he did have a very good Super Rugby Pacific season. And with that form, should have a good chance. Playing well in this game. Number 5, they have gone with Scott Barrett, who did play 4 last week. Now goes to 5, and that is for Josh Lord, who has been taken out of the side. Looking at the loose forward trio, unchanged from last week. Number 6, Shannon Frizzell. Number 7, Sam Cane, the captain. And then number 8, they have gone with Ardie Savia, the 3 who didn't do too badly up against the Pumas. Ardie Savia off the back of the scrum, going head-to-head with Jasper Wiese in this matchup. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jasper Wiese and Savia go head-to-head throughout this fixture. We know it's going to be physical in those loose forwards for both sides. It'll be very important to be making those tackles and getting those turnovers. The back line, number 9, it is Aaron Smith, keeps a spot in the starting lineup. Number 10, they have made a change. They've gone with Richie Mo'unga, who was coming off the bench last week up against Argentina. But surprisingly, that means that there's no Damian McKenzie at all in this side, not just in the starting lineup, but also off the reserves. So the AB's making a big change there. Richie Mo'unga had a few minutes last week, now gets the big start up against the Boks. For this one, out on the left wing, they have also made a change. Last week it was Caleb Clark. This week it is his Blues teammate Mark Talia, who does return from injury, and the first player that he has to look across from is Cheslin Colby. So I do hope his injury has 100% healed. He had a fantastic Super Rugby Pacific, and I think him versus Colby is going to be must-watch throughout that whole game, because those two, they can step, they can sprint, they can put in the big hits, and I think it's going to be a very entertaining battle out on that side. In the centres, unchanged from last week, number 12, Geordie Barrett, number 13 being Rico Ioane. Now, Geordie actually had a very solid game last week up against Argentina, which I think he surprised a few people with. Some felt near the end of Super Rugby Pacific, perhaps getting a little bit out of form, but he showed that he was far from it in that last game, getting running meters, setting up Rico Ioane on his outside, which is the combination that they've gone with in this game up against the Boks also. But he's going to be very dangerous. And number 12 going head-to-head with Damien Dialende. Out on the right wing, another man returning from injury for the All Blacks, it is Will Jordan. He was in a similar boat to Mark Talia, how they decided to rest him for that game up against Argentina. Also didn't travel to Argentina, so might be just that little bit fresher than some of the players who have done that long flight. And then number 15 to close out the starting lineup. Did play there last week, playing there again. It is Beauden Barrett at number 15. Now looking through at the reserves, number 16, they have gone with Samasoni Taukei'aho. Number 17, it will be a debut for the All Blacks, and it is Tamaiti Williams. A lot of people expected to see him get his debut in the game up against Los Pumas. Instead, they've saved him that little bit longer, and now he's going head-to-head with the Springboks in his All Blacks debut. And I feel like that is the type of challenge that Tamaiti Williams will be well and truly up for. He had a great Super Rugby Pacific in the scrums. I believe he will be going head-to-head with Vincent Koch near the end of the fixture, so that will be a very intriguing scrum battle to watch throughout. And a big congratulations to Tamaiti Williams, who now gets himself the AB's opportunity. Number 18, they have gone with the same as last week, and it is Nepo Lalala. So the change in the props was only the loose head for this week, and that is no Ofa Tongafasi in this matchup. Now looking at the rest of the forward replacements, the Springboks have gone with that 6-2 split. The ABs have gone with the 5-3, number 19, Tupavai, to get that chance last week off the bench also. And then the same with this man, Dalton Papali'i, there at number 20. The replacement 21 is Finley Christie. Number 22, they have gone with Braden Eno. He was 23 last week, but at number 23 this week, they have gone with Caleb Clark. So no Damian McKenzie, like I mentioned. No Amoni Narawa, which I think was a bit of a surprise, seeing as he did have a good game last week up against Argentina. Also still no Luke Jacobson for this season. I've just realised I've listed quite a few Chiefs players. I guess if we're going down that route, no Sama Penifino either in this game up against the Boks, but I assume in one of those two Bledisloe Cup fixtures we're going to see at least a few of those names that I just listed get themselves another opportunity. But do let me know what you think of this All Blacks lineup in the comments down below. We will be doing our live commentary for the fixture, so be sure to check that out as well. We've got a big build-up plan with a whole heap of stats, interviews, and all sorts. Anyone who hasn't already, also check out the Rugby Recap podcast. We will be live on that channel tomorrow night doing the preview for this Rugby Championship round. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.